was Fortune's Eve. I read 17,329 pages, which is roughly 228 pages per book and 47.5 pages per day. The shortest book I read was the third novella in the Wayward Children's series, Skeleton Song, at 25 pages, and the longest book I read at 488 pages was the first in the Mary series, My Contrary Mary. I read the same amount of 100 to 300 page books as I did under 100 pages and over 300 pages combined, with 14 under 100, 24 over 100, and 38 in the middle. My average rating for 2023 was a 3.3. The highest rated book I read was Grave Wars at a 4.57, and the lowest rated was My Billionaire Grump at a 3.21, both of which I agree with. This year, I had 6 5 stars, 24 4 stars, 36 3 stars, and 5 1 and 2 stars. I also had 3 DNFs I didn't rate. In terms of genres, I read 32 romance, 22 fantasy, 9 mystery, 6 science fiction/dystopian, 3 horror, 2 general fiction/contemporary, and 2 historical. I read 55 digital books and 21 physical books. I read more adult books than young adult at 42 to 34 out of 76 books. I read from 47 different authors, and out of those 47 authors, 16 I had read previously, and 31 were new to me. The books I read came out between 10 different years. 1 from 2003 and 2014, 14 from 2016, 4 from 2017, 6 from 2018, 8 from 2019, 10 from 2020, 9 from 2021, 15 from 2022, and 8 new releases from 2023. I started this year with 34 open series and ended the year with 43 series. I read 19 standalones and 29 series, and out of those series, 19 I started this year. 1 I started and got caught up with. 4 I started and finished. 2 series I continued in. 1 I caught up with. 2 I finished. And 1 series I didn't make any progress in, but reread from. Out of the 19 series I began this year, I'm not continuing in 4 of them. Now, let's talk about some books I said I wanted to read. Between the mid-year freakout and end-of-the-year check-in tags, I said I wanted to read 21 different books, and I only ended up reading 3 of them. Now, on to a disappointment, a surprise, and my best books of the year. I really wanted to love Horror Store by Grady Hendrix. This follows a group of employees at an IKEA-like store who stay overnight to investigate strange acts of vandalism, only to encounter horrors that defy the imagination. I gave it a 3-star and I didn't hate it. But reading the synopsis and reviews, this is something I thought would have gotten at least a 4-star, maybe even a 5. was promised was lacking when we flipped that switch. Unlike Horror Store, who got a disappointing 3-star, The Smell of Other People's Houses by Bonnie Sue Hitchcock got a surprising 3-star. The only reason I even picked this up was because I needed a book with the word other in the title. This tells the interconnected stories of 4 teenagers as they come of age in the 70s in Alaska. This was a beautifully written story. The setting adds urgency and a taste of wildness to the experiences of the characters. This was so simple and sweet and beautifully crafted. And I ended up crying at the ending because it was just so damn lovable. Now, my top 5 best books of the year. In 5th place, we have My Contrary Mary by Brody Ashton, Cynthia Hand, and Jodi Meadows. Mary is the Queen of Scotland and the jewel of the French court. Except when she's a mouse, Mary is a shapeshifter. It's a secret that could cost her her head. Luckily, Mary is a confidant in her betrothed, Francis. But after the king meets a suspicious end, things at court take a treacherous turn. Now on the throne, Mary and Francis are forced to navigate a viper's nest of conspiracies, traps, and treason. And if Mary's secret is revealed, heads are bound to roll. In 4th place is the Wayward Children series as a whole by Shannon McGuire. This is a collection of fantasy novellas. The series follows the adventures of children who have traveled to magical worlds through various portals and then return to their original world, where they often feel out of place and longing for their true home. The series alternates between stories set at the home for wayward children, a boarding school that helps these children cope with their loss and find new purpose, and stories that explore the different worlds that the children have visited. In 3rd place, the Wild One series by C.M. Owens, but specifically the first one, Becoming a Vincent. This is a contemporary romance novel that follows the friendship and attraction between our main characters, who live in a small town where the residents are known for their crazy antics and traditions. Runner-up in 2nd place is Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. This is a heartwarming novel that follows the story of a young woman who owns a struggling farm. Determined to revive the farm, she faces numerous challenges and unexpected romance along the way. When she needs her best friend to be her fake boyfriend for a chance to get publicity and a cash prize. The novel beautifully captures the themes of love and resilience, with its vivid descriptions and enduring characters. And in 1st place, similarly with the same small-town fake dating plot, is In a Jam by Kate Canterbury. After inheriting a farm, a young woman must fulfill 2 conditions: move there and get married within a year. Despite her reluctance to marry after being just left at the altar, she is determined to save her childhood home. Meanwhile, a neighboring farm owner, who once had feelings for her, is now a guardian for his niece focused on running the family business. Her return to their hometown reignites old emotions, setting the stage for a potential tale of second chances and unexpected romance. And lastly, a quick segment called Would I Have Read This If It Weren't For Books and Lala's Buzzword Reading Challenge. With this challenge, I read 12 books, and out of those 12, I already had 5 books on my TBR and planned to read. And I would have read 2 if I had found them without this. Leaving 5 I only read because of this. Out of those 12 books, I had an average rating of 3.2, which is 0.1 under my overall rating for the year. And the 3 2 stars came from 3 of the books I wouldn't Let me know what stat you find the most interesting, and then you can share your stats based on what you've read this year. I'd love to hear about them. If you want to continue on, or you've just come from the intro, I'm going to finish this video with the list of books I read in alphabetical order by author to give you an overview of all the books. I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. The Risk, Sidetracked, Scarlet Angel, All the Lies, Painted All Red, S.T. Abbey, Victories Greater Than Death, Charlie Jane Anders, Undead Girl Gang, Lily Anderson, The Supervillain in Me, Danielle Banis, Lovelight Farms, P.K. Borison, A Great and Terrible Beauty, Libba Bray, The Queen of Rhodia, Effie Calvin, In a Jam, Kate Canterbury, The Truth About Happily Ever After, Carol Goza, Sweetest Secret, Lucy Darling, Praying for Rain, B.B. Easton, My Lady Jane, My Contrary Mary, Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, Jody Meadows, Amir Mended, Alex E. Haro, Horror Store, Grady Hendrix, Throw Like a Girl, Sarah Henning, The Smell of Other People's Houses, Bonnie Sue Hitchcock, Fortune's Eve, Emma Jane Holloway, Dipped in Holly, Claimed by Cupid, Bound in Cabo, Deed by Daddy, Locked in Love, Dana Isley, My Billionaire Grump, Camilla Isley, The Loner's Lady, Jessa Kane, Witches of Ash and Ruin, E. Latimer, Flip the Script, Lila Lee, Killing November, Hunting November, Adriana Mather, Take Me Home Tonight, Morgan Matson, Every Heart a Doorway, Down Among the Sticks and Bones, Beneath the Sugar Sky, In an Absent Dream, Juice Like Wounds, Come Tumbling Down, Across the Green Grass Fields, Where the Drowned Girls Go, In Mercy Rain, Skeleton Song, Lost in the Moment and Found, Shy Showalter and Jill Monroe. Scythe, Neil Schusterman. Tattooed Sweetheart, Jenica Snow. Edge of the